Hi students, welcome to our chemistry class. Our chapter name is Physical and Chemical Changes. In the last class, we discussed about physical change. What's the physical change? That is a change which is temporary. And today we are going to discuss the chemical change. So, for that, we are going to discuss some of the activities. The first one is this. I am just taking one magnesium ribbon and doing the experiment. The experiment is very simple. I am going to heat this magnesium ribbon . I am going to heat this magnesium ribbon. Before that, what was our last topic in the last day? It was about the iron and rusting. Do this rusting of iron is physical change or chemical change? What is it? Do this rusting is the same thing like the iron? That is the thing. Actually, the rusting of iron is a type of chemical change. Rusting of iron is a type of chemical change. That means it is not physical change. The reason is this: when this iron is getting interact with the atmospheric moisture and the oxygen, what happens? The iron is converted to another material and that is called rust. So now you just understand that it was the last question I asked in our previous class. So just understand that in our chapter we have to study in detail about this iron and rusting. So we will discuss it in detail in that region. Now we are back to the experiment. That is, the experiment is done with the help of magnesium ribbon. And the magnesium ribbon, when we are going to burn, we are doing one thing. That is, just take the sandpaper and want to rub the surface. Why we are doing that? We are doing that because to make this magnesium ribbon pure. To make it pure, we are just taking one sandpaper and rubbing. When we are rubbing this with sandpaper, then it will be get pure form of magnesium. So, we are going to heat this, and when we heat this, we get some sort of ash. That means when we are heating this, we can collect some ashes from this reaction. What is the reaction here? Here, the reaction is with the magnesium and the oxygen. When we are burning anything, the reaction occurs is with the oxygen. So, we can write the reaction like this: magnesium, that is Mg. Magnesium we can denote it as Mg, capital M and small g. Magnesium plus oxygen. That is our O2. Oxygen is represented by O, capital O. Here we are using O2, means the molecule of oxygen contain two atoms. That's why we are denoting it as O2. The 2 is suffix. So magnesium plus oxygen gives, the product is this magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide. It can be represented by MgO, capital M, small g and capital O. This is what magnesium oxide. So, in this reaction, we can see that when we are burning, another thing, when we are burning the paper, there occurs the reaction of paper with the oxygen. Or when we are burning the wood, there also reaction takes place with the wood is getting react with the oxygen. So, whatever we are burning, there occurs the reaction with the oxygen. That's why I am writing here the oxygen. So, magnesium is getting react with oxygen, we get magnesium oxide. Actually, do this reaction is physical or chemical? What are our reactants? Reactants means what are the things we are going to react. That is the magnesium and oxygen are the reactants, and here the product is magnesium oxide. This magnesium and magnesium oxide are two different things, or this oxygen and magnesium oxide are two different things. That means we can say when this magnesium and oxygen is getting reacted, a new substance is produced. And so we can say here, when these two substances react, new product is formed, and we can say it as a type of chemical change. It is a type of chemical change. And so here you can see when we are burning this magnesium ribbon, we get some sort of ashes. That means this ribbon is converted to a particular type of ash. And it is not possible to make it back as this magnesium ribbon. So just put it in your mind. This is our first activity, burning of magnesium ribbon, and the product is magnesium oxide. This magnesium ribbon and the magnesium oxide are two different substances, and here it is the chemical change. So, I am rewriting the equation, the same equation once again, that is the magnesium is getting reacted with oxygen. The product is magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide. This magnesium is Mg, oxygen is O2, and we get the magnesium oxide MgO. This is the equation. You want to remember this equation. That's why I am again emphasizing this equation. Now we are going to move to the next activity that we are going to do with this magnesium oxide. That is, we collected some ash from the burning of magnesium ribbon. The final product that we burned, and we get some ash that I already taught. Now we are going to collect that and do the next activity. Activity number 2. That is, take a beaker and fill some water. Take a beaker and fill some water in it. And then take that ash and dissolve that ash in it. That means we just collect that ash and mix with this water. And now the question is, what is this? Here we mixed the magnesium oxide, and we are mixing this with water. That means plus water. What is the product? Now the product is nothing but the magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide. So after mixing this ash in this water, the product is something different, and that is called magnesium hydroxide. We can write the formula as magnesium oxide means MgO. Magnesium oxide. This water is H2O. H2O. And what is the formula of magnesium hydroxide? Magnesium hydroxide is MgOH twice. MgOH twice. So magnesium oxide plus water gives magnesium hydroxide. MgO plus water gives magnesium hydroxide. Here also you can see what is our reactants. Our reactants are magnesium oxide and water. When they are reacted together, we get a new product. So here also we can say this is a type of chemical reaction or chemical change. We can say the term is either chemical change or chemical reaction. Both are correct. So this is one example for chemical change. Here these two reactants combine to form a new product, and that is nothing but the magnesium hydroxide. Now we are going to do one thing. Check this behavior of the solution using litmus paper. I am just taking 2 strips, blue litmus paper and red litmus paper. Nothing is there. I just take the litmus paper and check either this mixture is acid or base, or acidic or basic. That is the thing we are going to check using this litmus paper. We are using both of the things because I don't know is it acidic or basic. So when we take this strip and dip in this solution, we get the result are like this. This red turns to blue. This red turns to blue and the blue have no change. That means the blue remains as blue itself. What is the behavior? Is it acidic or basic? Here you can see the red is converted to blue. Red is converted to blue. So what it is? It is BRB. We already studied. B means the base which convert the red to blue. So we can say this magnesium hydroxide. Or simply we can say this magnesium oxide is what? Basic in nature. Basic in nature. It is mentioned in your textbook. So you want to remember this magnesium hydroxide and this magnesium oxide is what? Basic in nature. So that is all about this activity. In the last 2 activities, we explained that 2 different types of reactants combine to form a new product that is having no same behavior. These reactants have its own unique behavior and this magnesium hydroxide, the product is having unique behavior. Simply it means that when these reactants react, we get something new. That is called chemical change. Then next we are going to discuss the activity number 3. For this activity, I am taking 2 beakers. Beaker 1, beaker 2. Here I have 2 beakers and I am filling this with water. I am filling this with water. Then I am taking copper sulfate. I am taking copper sulfate and mixing this. I am taking both of the things have copper sulfate. So now we mixed water with the copper sulfate and we can say this is copper sulfate solution. Copper sulfate solution. And now we are going to do that. Just add some drops of dilute sulfuric acid. We are just adding some drops of dilute sulfuric acid. Now you can see the color of this solution or this thing is what? Blue. Both of the beakers contain the same thing. So we can say both of them are in blue color. Now we are going to do something in this and that is I am going to take one iron nail and going to put it in one beaker. That I am just taking one iron nail and going to put it this. So our nail is now inside the beaker and here I am not giving any type of things. So here this is copper sulfate solution and this is the copper sulfate solution with iron nail. Now I am taking it in rest for some time and then I am observing this and now you can see that the color of the second beaker is converted to green. So here the color is blue and here the color is green. How it turned to green color? The reason is very simple. Here the reaction occurs with the iron and the copper sulfate solution. Here the reaction occurs with the copper sulfate solution and iron. And also you can see one thing that At initial stage, this iron nail was very clean and silvery color. And after some time, you can see that brown color is there around the nail. That is, we can say the color of the nail got changed to brown. How it is turned to brown color? It is very simple. The thing is this, that the copper is getting deposited on the nail. That's how it got brown color. So simply we can say it as here, the reaction takes place with the copper sulfate solution and the iron nail. And that's why here the blue color changed to green color. And here we are using these two beakers and the same solution because we want to compare the color variation. That's why we are taking this in two beakers. So at the first time it was in blue color, and after the reaction it converted to green. Now I am going to do that just taking this iron nail out. Now this is in green color itself, and we are just observing do this green color will convert to blue. After some time no change will occur. The green color will remain the green itself. So we can say that this change is permanent change. So we can say this is also a type of chemical change. Here first it was in blue color, and after the reaction with the iron nail it converted to green color. And also you can see the change in the color of the iron nail. This is about this reaction. And now we are going to write the equation for this. Very simple. The reaction is this: copper sulfate solution, copper sulfate solution, copper sulfate solution plus iron, copper sulfate solution plus iron gives iron sulfate solution, iron sulfate solution plus copper. So this is the reaction. That means the reactants are these copper sulfate solution and iron. After some time our color got changed to green, and this green color is actually what? Iron sulfate solution. And also we can see some sort of deposit on this iron nail, and that is nothing but the copper. So this is all about the activity 3. I hope it's clear for you. Now we are going to discuss the next activity, that is activity number 4. Activity number 4. This is also very simple activity. We are just taking one test tube and taking some vinegar in this. We are just taking some vinegar, and now I am going to add some baking soda to this. I am just taking some vinegar in test tube and going to add some baking soda in this. So you can see when this baking soda is getting mixed with this vinegar, you can see some sort of bubbles are formed. Some sort of bubbles are formed. And these bubbles are very fast. And what is this bubbles? Why these bubbles are formed? The reason is very simple. Actually, here the bubbles formed means there is producing some sort of gas. That means here you can see some sort of bubbles are coming in high speed, and we want to understand that here some sort of gas is produced. Now we are going to check what is this gas. Different types of gas are there. Oxygen is there, carbon dioxide is there. Like different types of gas are there, hydrogen is there. Now we are going to check what is the gas that produced here. That is the thing. For that, I am just closing the mouth of our test tube. And just put one tube here and connecting this to another test tube. and that test tube is filled with lime water. We already discussed about lime water. Don't think that this lime water is related to lemon. This lemon and lime water is totally different things. That means when I observed your answer sheet, I just found that some of the students are still thought that this lime water is our lemon juice. That is something different, and this lime water is chunnambu vellam, not the lemon juice. So here we are selecting the lime water. At the initial stage, this is very transparent water. And now we are going to move this gas through this tube, and this gas is coming to this, and you can see this gas is mixed with this lime water and it turned to milky white. It turns to milky white. And why? The reason is this, here also the reaction takes place. Actually in this experiment, two reactions takes place. The first reaction is with the baking soda and vinegar. Because of the reaction of baking soda and vinegar, they produce certain type of gas. And for identifying what type of gas they produce, we just selected lime water. And there we get some milky white substance produced. And the thing is this, here the gas produced is nothing but our carbon dioxide, CO2. Here the gas produced is carbon dioxide. So we can say when the baking soda is getting reacted with vinegar, they produce the gas called carbon dioxide, and also you can see something is there, and that is another substance. We are not focusing there. And also here, when this carbon dioxide is getting reacted with lime water, they produce some sort of substance which is milky white in color. This is the experiment. Now we are going to write that two reactions. That is first about this baking soda and vinegar, and the second equation is about the lime water and the carbon dioxide. So we are going to write that equations. The equations are very simple. The first one is this: vinegar is getting reacted with baking soda. So we get the product as carbon dioxide plus other substances. So this is the first reaction, that is when this vinegar is getting reacted with baking soda, we get carbon dioxide plus other substances are there left in the test tube. We are not taking focus there. So what is this vinegar? Vinegar is a type of acid and nothing but the acetic acid. And this baking soda is what? Baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate. You just want to understand that, only that. So this vinegar is a type of acid, acetic acid, and this baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate. When they are reacting together, we get a gas, and that is carbon dioxide, and also other substances are produced. That is the first thing. The second equation is this: the reaction with the carbon dioxide and lime water. That we are going to check. Carbon dioxide is getting reacted with lime water. We get the product as calcium carbonate plus water. This you will study in detail in your 10th standard. Now you just study this equation and that activity, only that. So this carbon dioxide is what? CO2. When this CO2 is getting reacted with this lime water is CaOH twice. This lime water is CaOH twice. When they are reacting together, you get the product as CaCO3 plus water is H2. So this is the reaction. We already said that for this lime water, the color got changed to milky white. That means we get a substance which is very white, and that is nothing but the calcium carbonate. The reason we can see the white color is nothing but the calcium carbonate. So, if you feel difficulty to study these terms, you study this word equation. Word equation means carbon dioxide plus lime water give calcium carbonate plus water. Now it's enough. So, this is about the activity 4. Here we discussed 4 activities. Very simple activities. In all these experiments, we got that some sort of new substances are produced. All these are the examples for chemical change. That means for the magnesium is getting burned, we get some sort of ash there. And that is nothing but the magnesium oxide, and that is something different from the magnesium. And also we discussed about the copper sulfate. That means initially it is in blue color, and when it is getting react with the iron, it turns to green color. And then we discussed about the vinegar and baking soda. They produce some sort of gas, and that is nothing but carbon dioxide. So these all are chemical changes, and now we are going to define this chemical change. Chemical change. Chemical change. What is this chemical change? What is the definition? Very simple. A change. This chemical change is a type of change. A change in which one or more new substances are formed is called a chemical change. So this is the definition for chemical change. It is a type of change in which one or more. In some reactions we get only one new substance. In some reactions we get one or more, 2, 3, 4, like number of new substances are formed. So we can say a chemical change in which one or more new substances are formed is called a chemical change. What we studied about the physical change? There is no new products are formed. Only the rearrangement of molecules occurs there. Here, the total substance is got changed. That is about the definition of chemical change. And for this chemical change, we can also call it as chemical reaction. Chemical reaction. That is, you can either use the term chemical change or chemical reaction. Both are same. So, now we are going to study some of the examples. We explained here some of the activities. All of them are the examples for the chemical change. Now we are going to study more examples for this chemical change. The first one is the explosion or firework. This is the first one. Explosion or firework is one example for chemical change. The other one is this. We are making medicines now. That is also a type of chemical change. That means within a production of medicine, there occurs number of chemical reactions. So we can say making medicines. The next one is metal extraction. That means we can see the gold and all. That is not we are getting it in the same stage that what we are seeing. The thing is this, we are taking the metal ore from the earth core and ore with another state, and we are extracting this. That is also a type of chemical change, metal extraction. The another one is this plastic making. Plastic making. This plastic making is also a type of chemical change or chemical reaction. The next one is detergent making. Detergent making. And also we can say the burning of something. That means the burning of wood, burning of paper, burning of magnesium ribbon. Like any substance that we are burning is what included in chemical change. Burning of any type of substance. So these are some of the examples for the chemical change. These are the examples. Today we discussed about the chemical change. That means the definition of chemical change, and also we studied some of the experiments related to this chemical change. So now you want to read your textbook 3-4 times and also want to complete your note. So it's enough for today, and in the next class we will discuss about the rusting of iron. That is the topic that left in this chapter. So we will discuss the rusting of iron, and also we will discuss what are the changes that occurs within a chemical change. These are the topics that we will discuss in our next class. It's enough for today. We will meet in the next class.